What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny Finesse, and I'm back to you with another video. It's been a while. I've been just playing games on my P5, bro. I've just been playing, bro. There wasn't really anything to react to, but we back. We got some reaction videos. Now we got an animation video by Young Sauce the God. He helped me get my girl back. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 600 subscribers, so I need y'all to hit that subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you don't miss a thing again. Subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. It's a little long video, so we just gonna hop right into it.
Okay. All right, so I move on. So like, let's say she like texts me. I don't hit her up for a while, and then she texts me. What do I do then? David then tells me that if that happens.
What David text you?
Jordan. Yes, okay. Guess what? What? All right, you remember that one shorty? The one I told you about? The one from Instagram? Oh, you mean the one with the... Okay. So what, y'all got a date? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? We about to go get some pizza tonight. Maybe bring her back to the crib. You know what I mean? Okay.
That means get the fuck out.
That's nice, man. Well, I hope you have fun with that, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You think he needs money?
Hey, bro. You think you could spot me like $40?
See?
Look, I got paid in 2 days. I got you. Please, bro, I got you. How are you out here chasing women? You don't even got $40, bro.
Yeah.
Please. No.
Listen. This is a paid advertisement, but real shit though. Don't be going after no girls when you broke. That's the dumbest shit you could do. Get fucking money, bro. Get some fucking money, bro. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you ain't pay me back from the last time. You always talking about some old stuff, man. This is important. We're brothers. Bro, just sign up for a current account, bro.
See?
Oh, right.
But
Now,
see, this is why the video mad long.
Relationship between me and my high school sweetheart. I highly recommend you watch the 2 previous videos so that you can get the whole story. But if you need a refresher, when we last left off, I explained how I allowed my irrational jealousy and insecurities to destroy my relationship with the first girl I ever fell in love with. But I suppose, thankfully, an unlikely mentor entered my life. And with his advice, I got my girl back one last time. So who was this guy? Well, his name was David.
How you bald in high school?
Anybody I had ever met before. David transferred to my high school during senior year. He was this big, light-skinned Hispanic dude, like 6 feet tall, built like a tank. And when dude came through, it was hard for you not to notice. For one, rocked a shaved head. Never seen that before in someone that young.
Yeah,
and if that didn't catch your attention, then certainly his drip would. Arguably the most drippy dude in the whole school. I'm talking about this dude had
He came there last year and just shitted on everybody that was there.
all the Jordans, all the Air Maxes, only Rock True Religion jeans and Polo Ralph Lauren and Nautica shirts. And when you're a broke teenager in high school,
that's fly.
that is very impressive. But the most striking thing about David wouldn't actually hit you until he opened his mouth. And that's because on the rare occasion that he actually spoke to you, you would be dazzled by his shiny gold grills that sat on his teeth. And even more so,
I don't know about the grill shits. I had a Invisalign. I'm not gonna lie, I had a Invisalign. I didn't really fuck with them shits, but gold, I don't know.
surprising than that was the fact that he talked like Kodak, bro. Yes, Kodak Black. This light-skinned Hispanic dude tall like a dark-skinned dude with dreads from the dirty South. I'm talking about that. You feel me? And that's because David grew up in the hoods of South Florida. I'm talking Lake City, Opelika, Miami Gardens. If you know, you know, bro. It's not a game over there. So, as some of you know, I played varsity basketball in high school, and that's how I met David. He showed up one day for tryouts, and Mans was nice, so he made the team. But he mostly kept to himself. Never said too much. To anybody, really, including the coach. So that's how we knew each other. But we wouldn't become friends until the second semester of senior year when we ended up in the same marine biology class.
Marine
now,
biology, what
this
the fuck?
may come as a surprise to you, but David wasn't particularly passionate about marine biology. Needless to say, when he showed up for the first day of class and saw me sitting in the back, he was happy to see someone he knew. That he knew was smart. So he could cheat. That's truly how our friendship started. Every class we had together, I would happily let him copy off my homework or cheat off my
But you had to. That's your teammate, my boy. That's your teammate. You
It's
had to.
partly because
You
we
had
were
to.
teammates, so
Yeah,
I wanted
you
him
had
to have
to.
good grades,
You had
but
to.
also because I was one of those kids who was good at school, but also didn't care about school. Like, I was a dude that people knew they could come and ask to copy my homework, and I would just hand it over. I was solid like that. And that
Yeah,
really
really.
bought me a lot of points with David. And from that point on, we became boys, to the point that we would occasionally hang out outside of class and basketball practice. And it became clear to me that David saw me as more than a bump in his GPA. When one day he comes to class and sees me sitting in the back of the room looking bummed out. This was right after my girl and I had broken up for the second time, and it was affecting me. So David comes, he sits beside me, and he asks me what's going on. I told him that me and my girl just
Yo, the funniest part. You hear the chains. You hear the chains. You hear the chains. That's the funniest part.
broke up, and I was pretty bent up about it. David instantly pulls out his phone and just starts scrolling through pictures of girls that he's, having relations with. And he was like, yo, this is what you need to be on. Forget that girl. But that wasn't me. You feel me? I couldn't just move on like that. So when he realized that wasn't the answer I wanted to hear, he decided to give me some advice. First, he told me I had to move on. He said that when a girl leaves a dude, he can't really get her back.
Yeah,
She
you
has to
can't.
come back. And as
Yeah,
long
that's
as
a
she
fact.
can tell that you want her, she's gonna stay away. So I hear this, and I'm like, you mean like just don't text her and stuff? Okay, yeah, I can do that. He tells me
Yeah,
no,
I can do that.
the relationship is over. It's done. Move on. Of course, I'm confused because I'm like, well, if I move on, then how am I supposed to get her back? He's like, done.
You don't get it
It's
back.
over.
It's done.
You're not gonna get back what you lost. But there's a chance she might want to start something new. If she
fact.
sees change. But as long as you're holding on to the old stuff, she's gonna know you the same person. And look, you can move on. She might not come back, but if you do move on, then maybe she'll see that and come back. I'm like,
That's a fact.
okay.
It may sound confusing to certain people, but like she don't want to be chased. She don't want no nigga that's chasing you. That you be like the regular thirsty nigga on IG if you chasing her when she don't even want you to be around her. Just leave her alone. Stay cool with it. Just get back on your grind. Do what you gotta do. Be on your shit. Eventually, she's gonna pay attention to that, and she may come back to you. If she actually liked you, she may come back to you. If she really didn't like you, then she'll stay away. You feel me?
All right, so I move on. So like, let's say she like texts me. I don't hit her up for a while, and then she texts me. What do I do then? David then tells me that if that happens, I basically gotta curve her. He was saying that if she sees that I look like I'm moving on, she's gonna kind of like test it, you feel me? To see if it's like real or not. And if I
Facts.
jump at it the first time she shows me some attention after breaking up with me, then she's gonna know I didn't really move on. She basically has to be asking to come back. Anything short of that is a test. So of course, I'm looking at this dude like he's
You're turning the
crazy.
tables.
First he tells me that I basically
You're
gotta
turning the tables,
forget about
basically.
her. And then in the off chance that she actually does hit me up, I gotta like curve her unless she's like explicitly asking to get back with it just didn't sound like it made any sense. David sees the confusion.
It will make sense when you try it. It will make sense when you try it. Trust me, it will make sense if you try it.
On my face and probably already feeling like he's been trying way too hard to explain this to me. So then he's like, yo, do whatever you want. So basically, I thought that I was still where I was and he didn't help me at all. But I did think the whole moving on thing was probably for the best, because there's no way she was gonna come back. So I started to do that. And if you watch part 1 of this series, then you know what that looks like. Hanging out with the boys, playing basketball, and not contacting my ex. A few weeks go by, and then I get a text. It's from Taylor, saying that she had one of my jackets and she wanted to return it to me. I didn't think much of it, so I said okay. We decided to meet after school the next day in the middle of the campus, and that's where she was gonna give it to me. So after school the next day, I'm heading to the middle of campus, and I can see she's already there standing with my jacket in hand, and she was looking mad cute. And I'm like, man, I do miss that. But then I remembered what David said. If she doesn't make it clear that she wants to come back, then there's no long talking to be had. So I walk my way over to her, say what's up. She says hey, and then hands me my jacket. I say thanks, and then with no hesitation or pause, I turn around and start walking away.
Yes, sir.
Clearly she didn't expect that. And she calls out to me. So I stop, I turn around, I'm like, yo, what's up? She's like, really? I'm like, I said thanks. And then she storms off. And I'm just standing there like, right? And then I leave. Because at this point, I had really already moved on to a great degree. As far as I was concerned, the relationship was over. And I wasn't expecting her to want to get back with me. Well, later that evening, I'm chilling at home. This was back when I was still living with the aunt that kicked me out, by the way. I'm chilling in the kitchen, eating like a banana or something, when my phone lights up. It was a text from Taylor. I open it, and she was like, hey, I want to talk. So I'm like, I finished my banana, and then I was like, yeah, I'm free right now. You can call me. I send it, and not long after that, my phone starts to ring. So I pick it up, and she's like, hey. I'm like, hey. Then she says, I miss you. I'm like, yeah, I miss you too. She says, well, you didn't act like it today. We don't talk for weeks, and that's how you treat me. I'm like, Taylor, what do you want from me? You broke up with me. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah, what was he supposed to do? You know what I'm saying?
And then it's quiet. But I didn't hear it. I didn't hear her ask to come back. So I was like, well, thanks for the jacket. So you don't want to get back together? I'm like, skirt. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I want to get back together. I'm like, oh,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I bet.
You know,
I bet.
like I said, I miss you. And just like that, you know, this is not a very strange conversation to be had between two lovebirds in high school. So, you know, we got back together, and just like that, you know, got my girl back. Shout out to David. But ultimately, we would break up again, because I never fixed the root problem of why we broke up in the first place.
Which was?
Also, it was the end of senior year. I was about to move to California. She was going to stay in Florida. A long-distance relationship, plus both of us being teenagers and going to college, doesn't quite spell strong relationship. So did David's advice work? Well,
it did.
For what I wanted at the time, I guess. But that's not the advice 25-year-old me would give to 18-year-old me today.
Bugging.
Instead, I would tell him, hey, I know you're hurt. And I know that you think having a girlfriend is important and validates you as a desirable and worthful young man.
It don't.
But that is an illusion. No amount of success with girls is ever going to make you feel worthful. In fact, so long as you continue to pursue women, you will never be all that you can be. So you will never be happy. Focus on yourself. Don't even think about a girlfriend. Learn who you are. Figure out what's important to you. Master your mind and your body with discipline. Listen to that voice in your head that tells you what to do. Ask it for guidance. Do that, and you will become legendary. So if the day ever comes that a girl is in your life,
All the women will
it
come
will
to
be
you.
because you chose her,
Yeah.
and she will be happy that you did.
No cap though. No cap though. Once you become successful, they come flocking to you, bro. Once you look successful, once you be successful, once you move around like you successful, bro, they gonna come to you, bro. I promise you that. But if you made it to the end of the video, you obviously like the video, so you obviously gotta hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Be on the road to